Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Shalom to everybody online. Welcome to another live class. We're here at 231 FM 1092, Stafford, Texas. Our class times are Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. We have a few other locations. We're in Virginia. We're in Rochester, New York. We're in San Antonio. Their class times, locations, and days should be on the screen. You can check us out on YouTube, right? If you're on now, you're watching YouTube. So you can check us out on YouTube with our different channels. ISBHPK Kids, 5 Minutes of Wisdom, Hidden Truth Bible Show channel. We got the San Antonio YouTube. So there's a few different ways that you can catch us here on YouTube. All right, we got a few different businesses. We have we got Israel Wear. All right, so that's the sisters doing the custom garments, and then a part of it. So whatever you want garment wise, you can submit a little request, and they got skills. That's all I'm gonna say. They'll get it done. A part of Israel Wear is Fringed Up, where you do a monthly subscription. You can get a headband or a shirt, or just a shirt. The headband and shirt is $75. The shirt alone is $35. So if you're in need of some fringe shirts, if you're in need of some headbands, or anything to do with a garment, just you can go to isbhpk.com, and all those different things will be there. We also have Sweet Ambiance. That's another business that we do. We're located in the different malls throughout Houston and Virginia. And all natural body oils, aromatherapeutic oils, natural bath soaps and bath bombs, and just all natural beauty products. All right. If you have any requests, we can definitely get them made. Any shampoos and conditioners with specific smells that you want, we can get that done. So again, you can go to isbhpk.com, right? And everything's linked. I want people to, yeah. Everything's linked in there, all the different businesses, and just you can see everything that we got going on. All the different YouTube channels. It's a real nice site. So check that out. If you need to reach anybody for any counsel, any questions, you got Priest Kazakia. He's in Virginia. His number is 757-300-4047. My number is 303-557-8979. We got Hebrew Academy in Virginia and Rochester every Monday. We got Hebrew Academy in Houston every Tuesday. So if you want to be a teacher, right? You want to know how to street speak and actually teach people and not just yell at them, you got to come to Hebrew Academy. We're going to give you the basics on how to street speak, on how to break down the scriptures, how to conduct yourself on the streets, right? Where you're not fighting, getting into altercations, having to physically fight on the streets. So if you wanna be a teacher, if you wanna be up there, you gotta come to Hebrew Academy. All right? And again, that's in Virginia and Rochester every Monday, in Houston every Tuesday. All right. Any donations that you want to give, any alms, anything like that, you can put those in the different, we have the Wells Fargo, we have Cash App. You can send checks and things like that via mail. And also we got Zelle. So all that's on the screen, right? It's the same announcements. Nothing really new upcoming. All right, but that's going to be it for the announcements. I wanted to go into this. Well, let me stop lying. Kazakia, right? He had an idea that we should kind of do a little series based off of. There's a scripture that we're going to go over, and we're going to put together a little series. I'm going to open it up. And then we're going to jump back and forth between the three schools, putting these different classes together. All right, so the title of today's class is what? What did I send you? Youthful Lust, How It Begins. Youthful Lust. How it begins. All right. So, why are these classes? Why is this class important? Well, we got a lot of young brothers, right, and sisters. We got a lot of new people in Virginia and Rochester, Houston, but we have a lot of old brothers that still act a little young. They still act a little youthful when it comes to the different lusts and issues that can befall them. So I'm not going to go over today the specifics of each, because there's many youthful lusts, right? Can somebody give me one? Give me a youthful lust. So, what? Money, right? What you got, sis? I'm on
Playing video games.
video games. God, right? Brothers be on their phone, Call of Duty in the middle of class or in the middle of something important, right? What else? Shalimai? Drinking, right? I'm definitely gonna be doing that one. Abadiah?
Selfish.
Being selfish. So there's many, and I'm gonna come back later and kind of ask y'all a few questions about it, but there's many youthful lusts that not just men, right? Not just men, but men and women allow themselves to fall through to. So this class, I want to go through and kind of go through why is it that one falls to their lusts? Why does that lust get a chance to overtake you, and how are you able to get back? So, first scripture. Let's go to Ecclesiastes in the Bible 11 and verse 9. Ecclesiastes in the Bible 11 verse 9. Go ahead, read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 11 verse 9. Rejoice, O young man, in thy youth, and let thy heart cheer thee in the days of thy youth.
Right, so rejoice, O young man, rejoice, O young woman. Because remember, the Bible is not just geared to men only. It has a masculine tone, but these scriptures are interchangeable for men and for women, for girls and for boys. For old men and for old men, old women, young women, young men, children, right? So rejoice. Go ahead.
And walk in the ways of thine heart.
Right. So the Most High is letting us know, as young as a youthful person, it's okay to it's okay to walk in the ways of your heart, right? It's okay. You can do it. What is he showing us? That you got free will. You got free will to choose what you want to give your heart to. Whether it be the drinking, whether it be the women, whether it be the reading, the studying, whether it be the discipline or not being disciplined, you can give your mind to whatever you choose. Go ahead.
And in the sight of thine eyes. But know thou that for all these things, Yahweh will bring thee into judgment.
Yeah, when he said for everything you do give your mind to and give your heart, it uses the word heart, right? Because the heart is the mind. Everything you give your mind over to, there is going to be a judgment. There's going to be a judgment for everything you endeavor in and indulge in. Now, that could be a good judgment. Right? Well, we say blessings and we say cursings, right? Because blessed is the man that findeth a wife, right? But curses the man that's a whoremonger, that runs around and makes everybody his wife, right? The love of money is the root of all evil. But money is a defense. And money, it says, the money cureth all things. So it's really how you use these different things which bring you into a good judgment or a bad judgment. So the Most High is letting you know, go ahead and follow your heart. Go ahead and follow your mind. Know what's good for yourself and give that unto it. Know what's good for your spirit. But just know if you indulge too much, there's going to be some form of judgment that's going to come, right? What verse you at?
Verse 10.
Right, read on.
Therefore, remove sorrow from thy heart.
Right.
And put away evil from thy flesh.
Right.
For childhood and youth are vanity.
Right, so he comes back and says, remove sorrow from your heart and put away evil from your flesh. So what is he letting us know in these two scriptures? It's okay to follow your mind, but don't let following your mind turn to evil and sorrow. Y'all with me? Y'all with me? It's gonna get good. All right. About to turn up, right? Right? So let me fix my screen real quick. Boom. Right, so from there, go to 2 Timothy 2:22. So let me do this real quick. And I should have did this. The first point that we're going to go over, you can write right above Ecclesiastes 11:9. Be careful what state of mind you're in when you're pursuing anything. Be careful of your state of mind when pursuing things. Because you got to be in the right state of mind to deal with anything in this world. You got to be in the right state of mind to deal with a woman, deal with alcohol, deal with money, deal with possessions. If your mind is not pure or your mind is not aligned the right way with the word, these things become harmful. So again, what are we doing? Well, we're going over where do these youthful lusts, how does it begin to overtake one? Right? So go to 2 Timothy 2:22.
The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2, verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
Flee also youthful lust.
Right?
But follow righteousness.
Right?
Faith,
Mm-hmm.
charity, peace with them that call on the Lord out of a pure
You
heart.
see that? So this is the scripture that all these other classes that are going to come are based off of. Flee youthful lust, follow righteousness. Right? Faith, charity, peace with them that call on the Lord with a pure heart. So, yes, it's okay to chase. It's okay to follow your mind. I don't want to use the word chase. I don't want to give anybody the wrong impression. But it's okay to follow your mind. But he's saying to do it in righteousness, do it in purity, do it in faith and in charity. Also, he said with them. With them. With them. What does that mean? What? Abadiah?
Those that are doing the same thing, like-minded ones.
Right. With those, see, we get it twisted like, well, these are my ambitions. This is my life. This is my story. Right? These are my dreams. Okay, but are those dreams shared amongst the people amongst you? Do you have common dreams and common aspirations, or is this are you the self-will guy? Right? That's another youthful lust. She said selfish, but just being self-willed, and nobody could tell me nothing. Right? Not wanting to, believe it or not, you got people out there that lust for not gathering, but they lust to be alone and do things on their own and not be a part of anything. They're part of the antisocial social club. Right? Many of us have been there, where you don't need nobody, but you need somebody. Does that make sense? You don't need nobody, but your social media is popping. You got a million friends, right? But you don't need nobody. You'd rather be in the room, laying in the bed, drinking coffee by yourself, not really having to deal with people, right? So go from there. Go to 1 Peter 2 and verse 11. But it's like a little small intro, just, going over these little concepts, but really understanding that what? Well, the mind has to be aligned with the word. You got to be aligned with the people that you're around. That way, when you do endeavor in anything, you get good from it. There's purity, there's charity, there's joy. 1 Peter 2 and verse 11.
1 Peter chapter 2, verse 11.
Right?
Dearly beloved,
Right?
I beseech you, as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts.
He said do what?
Abstain from fleshly lusts.
Right. Practice abstinence. Hold back. Keep yourself away from fleshly lusts. Go ahead.
Which war against the soul.
What do they do?
War against the soul.
Right. So, remember, the Bible doesn't contradict. He's not going to say, oh, chase your mind, chase your heart, give yourself over to crack and women, and, give yourself over to all the men, pole dancing. Nah. Give yourself over to yourself and then come back and tell you to abstain from those things. I went to that first scripture to show y'all that the Most High is about choices. The Most High is about letting you live. You know that, right? Like, man, it's like, man, I'm trying to live, man. But the Most High is about letting us live. But the catch, if there is one, is that the way you live determines the trial that you go through, right? That determines the blessing and the cursing. The way you decide to live, like, think about it. I mean, we see it all the time, right? People that want to live outside the law, they get those repercussions. Now, did the Most High do that? Did he give them high blood pressure, diabetes? Like, no, right? That's brought on through whatever act you do, right? Just like when you do good, yes, it's the Most High, but every man shall reap what they sow. Whatever you put in is what you're going to get out. That's just nature. What's that?
I have a precept.
What you got?
Wasn't it Solomon chapter 1 verse 13?
Hold on. I don't want to get off track. Go. No, it's all good. Go there. What you got?
Wasn't it Solomon chapter 1 verse 13?
Uh-huh.
For the Most High made not death,
Right?
neither hath he pleasure in the destruction of the living.
Right. You're going to bring not death through the work of your hands? Right. Go ahead.
For he created all things, that they might have their being.
Right.
And in the generations of the world were healthful.
Go ahead.
And there is no poison of destruction in them,
Go ahead.
nor the kingdom of death upon the earth.
Go ahead.
For righteousness is immortal,
Go ahead.
but ungodly men with their works
That's the one you wanted. Go ahead.
and words called into them.
Right. So what we do with our hands and with our words and with our bodies that's what we're going to call to us. You can either call death or you can call life. You can either call joy and peace or you can call anguish and heartache. But it's all predicated on what you want to give yourself over to and how you give yourself over. Y'all see that? Did you finish?
For when they thought to have it their friend,
Right?
they consumed to naught and made a covenant with it.
Right. Go from there. So the next point you're going to write. Why do you fall in the war to your lust? Because the previous scripture, Peter said that what? What did it say? It says the fleshly lusts do what?
War against the soul.
Yeah, the fleshly lusts war against your soul. Right? They war against your soul. So why is it that we fall in this battle, in this war? Why do we fall? Anybody? There's many reasons. I guarantee you there won't be a wrong answer.
What was the question?
Why is it that why is it that when it's time for this battle of the lust comes or the temptation comes, right? We fall to the temptation and fall into lust. Why is it that we fall? What's that?
I was gonna say
Right? But we know that that's the result. But why does that happen? Why do I get drawn away? Marcy.
It's just like how we were going over Monday, for one instance is because we don't have practice in fighting our lusts.
Right? Some of us don't have that experience to. But okay. Do you need? Okay, I know what you're talking about with Eve and but remember, dealing with them, Adam and Eve, they only knew one side, so they were definitely inexperienced. But a lot of us fall to the things that we gave ourselves over to in times past, right? So why would a old lust be able to pop up and overtake you? That I should maybe ask like that.
Because we haven't, we're trying to put new wine in the old bottle, and so it's still there. We haven't completely flushed it out yet.
Okay, so you haven't flushed it out. What else? I like that answer. What else? McGunn. There's not gonna be no wrong answer. I'm just trying to get y'all to participate a little bit and think. What's that, McGunn?
To a certain extent, you want it, wherever the lust is.
You ain't gonna give nobody the benefit of the doubt, are you? You just damn, they just want it. They just want to be beastly. Damn. Okay, I'll take that. They just want it. I mean, you're right. Some people just screw it, right? I don't see the point. I don't see the point in fighting. I don't get why I need to fight, right? I like that answer. What else? Abadiah.
I'm gonna say, the fortification isn't there once you feel like you beat it the first time. Maybe you feel like you beat it, but you don't fortify yourself because it's gonna come back around again, maybe in a different way. And you
Right.
don't recognize that, but because you're not fortified, you don't think to see it at a different way.
That's a good one. That's a real good one. What's up?
I got one.
What you think?
Because you serve, which one you serve the most is the one that you're gonna.
That's what you're gonna bow to, is it, right? Whoever you yield your members,
Yeah.
that's who you're gonna be service to,
Yeah.
right? But rewind us a little bit because that's the result. Just like somebody quoted the drawn away in James, that's the result. But how do I get to a point where now I'm a servant to one thing or another? Lust or righteousness? How do I become a servant? How do I get to this point where one is dragging me down the block? Where one is dragging me down the block on my throat and the other one is walking with me in peace? How do I get to that point where I'm in servitude to something? See, that's remember, go back to Peter's real quick. Go back to 1 Peter real quick.
You want to read
Did
that?
anybody else have an answer before I just give my little thoughts, sis?
One, the scripture says that when you sweep the house clean, you don't put anything else in there.
Right.
Replace the negative, then you're gonna keep getting the negative, and it's gonna be stronger and stronger. So it has to be replaced with something.
Very, very good answer. I like that. I like that one. When a house been swept and garnished, the demon runs around looking for somewhere to dwell. He don't find nothing. He come back to that clean house. And what does he bring? He brings some homies, right? You got 7 friends ready. You got a complete number of legion ready to lock on, right? That's another good answer. Michael, you had something.
I was gonna say we fall because we're not fully like there's another plan. Like it's like plan A and plan B. So you're trying to juggle.
Yeah,
You're not all into one.
Yeah, times get hard, and you talking about you gonna move back with your mama.
Exactly.
It gets hard, and all of a sudden, your sister's hitting you up. Hey, come stay with me. Your brother, your auntie, and them. So, plan B's, right? Now, read 1 Peter's real quick, just one more time, 2 and 11.
1 Peter 2 and 11.
Yep.
Okay. 1 Peter
And somebody else get me James. Michael, get me James 4 and 1. Read that.
chapter 2 verse 11.
Right.
Dearly beloved, I beseech you as strangers and pilgrims.
Right.
Abstain from fleshly lusts.
Right.
Which war against the soul.
Right. So somebody look up the word abstain also. Go ahead. Which do what?
War against the soul.
See, somebody get abstain from me, and I want you to read James 4 and verse 1.
It's the book of James, chapter 4 and verse 1.
Right?
From whence come wars and fightings among you?
Whence come what?
Wars and fightings among
See,
you.
this is a question. This is a question. James is asking, where are wars coming from? See, who got abstain?
Abstain.
Go ahead, McGunn.
Abstain. To forbear.
To what?
To forbear.
Okay, go ahead.
Or refrain from.
To refrain from. Go ahead.
In general sense, restrain oneself from doing or enjoying something.
Right.
Formally decline.
Formally decline. Go ahead. So, a lot of the times it's real simple. It's very simple. Y'all answers were great. They were beautiful, and those are answers that you got to hold on to because it's going to help you when your time comes. But one key thing is that you have to remember. There's two things. You got to remember that it's a battle. It's a battle for your spirit. Like a lot of us don't really realize how real it is that two things are literally, they have you in the middle and they're tugging and warring for your soul. A lot of us don't see how serious that is. We just wake up, right? You do your daily, you do your daily do, you get over the day, you go to sleep, you wake up, you do it again. But you don't see that every step of the way, there were things set up for you to be won. But every step of the way, it was a battle. As soon as you woke up, we talk about it. Just to wake up is a war for some of us. You're warring with that damn alarm clock, right? You're warring with the snooze button, right? Then you get out, and then it's, let me set my mind right for the day. So first and foremost, you got to remember that it's an actual war. It's not a sparring match. It's not a video game. It's an actual war. That's why James asks, when cometh wars? So if I realize that it's a war, then I make my next step, which is the abstinence, the abstaining, right? Many of us are not good at abstaining, holding ourselves back from something. Now, I'm not going to go to the story, but remember when Yahushua came to the boy that had demons on him? And he was breaking the chains and he was doing all that. And his dad was like, listen, he got spirits. And he said, Yahushua spoke to the demon. He said, what's your name? He said, we are legion because we are many, right? And they asked, what do you have to do with us, Yahushua? Our time ain't come yet. We still got things to do on this earth, right? But what did they ask Christ? What did they ask of him? Instead of destroying them, what did they ask? Right. So what is that saying? They asked to go into the pigs, into the swine, right? So what do your lust and temptations need to be fulfilled? What?
A body.
Not just a body, right? But what? How do they get in that body? What do they need? No, they need permission. They need permission. It's as simple as that. We forget that it's a war and we give the enemy permission to breach us. Oh yeah, just come on in. But see, who said it? Was it Abadiah that said you conquered it the first time, but then the spirit, the demon gets real smart and disguises itself as something else, and the demon is getting stronger, but your spirit is not getting stronger to match that demon, and it backdoors right back in the form of something else, right? Remember those 7 other spirits that come back with that spirit once you negate it from your life. So something as simple as, I gave up smoking weed, but you forgot what your weed trigger was. It might have been stress. It might have been drinking alcohol. It might have been you lounging, you playing some video games. You forgot what the actual trigger was, but you got rid of the weed. But you didn't get rid of the trigger. So now you're triggering yourself, and you like, man, why am I getting these urges? Why is the weed demon hitting me? Why is that lust all of a sudden coming for me? Well, you got rid of the product of the trigger, but you didn't get rid of the trigger, right? Which is what? It's just one of the other 7 demons that come with the first one. So you didn't cancel him out. You didn't understand that demon was going to lead you right back into that youthful lust, that weed, that the video games, the hanging around, the being idle, the lust for idle time. I just want to hang out. I just want to chill and kick it. Some of us lust for that, like how I lust for a nice rooftop bar. Right? Some of us be lusting, man, for just kick it time. But what does that lead you to? That idle mind. So really, you got to understand that the war, you got to understand that in war, there's a long game and a short game. Some of us know how to hit that short game. We know how to hit the enemy that's in front of us. But what about the enemy what about his reinforcements? And are you reinforced enough to be able to survive the next wave? War happens in waves of troops. Are you able to withstand? And as war progresses, it's about attrition. It's about longevity, right? It's about how can I forbear. Remember, it said abstinence is about forbearing. Now, just because you forbeared in the first temptation, did you really forbear? Were you really abstinent because you denied something once? No. Abstinence is about constant denying. As long as it's war, right? How long is the war? Yeah. The war is as long as you live. That's what we forget. We think like, oh, we get around the Bible and there's no longer a battle. Ezra said this is the battle that men must fight upon this earth. Daily. You're going to battle and you're going to fight. Through much tribulation, we're going to enter. So we got to remember the first thing is that there's a war going on. And it's not just, remember it says our war, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal but mighty through the pulling down of strongholds. So can you see a stronghold most of the time? No. They're here. You think strongholds. But a lot of us are looking for the enemy that we can see. We're looking for the blunt. We're looking for the alcohol. We're looking for the type of guy or the type of woman that's wrong for us. We're already looking for that, right? And saying, oh no, I'm good on that. But what about the silent enemy? What about when the pride slides in and blocks your vision? Or the anger? Or the lack of patience? What about those things that slide in and they throw that little wool over your eyes and you're not able to see even the enemy you once were able to see, that spirit? So where you at? Is somebody there? Yes.
I was thinking of the scripture too while you were saying that, the scripture in 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 4.
Right, I'm going to go there.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to go there next. Yep. Or in like 2 more scriptures. Go ahead, read.
Book of James chapter 4 and verse 1.
Yep.
From whence come wars and fightings among you?
See, this is a question. Where does the wars and fighting come from? Read.
Come they not hence, even of your lust?
Even of what?
Of your lust.
So the war and fighting comes from the things that you lust after. Right? What are they fighting over in the world? Out in the streets, what are they fighting over? Women, money, drugs, and possessions. Things that people lust after. They're not killing each other over the spirit. Like, damn, let's die to get in this Bible. Let's die to get this word. Nobody's killing each other to go street teach. They ain't killing each other to come to class, right? Damn, I got in a car accident, man, because I was trying to get to class, man, trying to be there on time. They killing themselves over lust, the lust of the eyes, the pride of life, right? They killing themselves over those things, the lust of the flesh. They're not killing themselves to get in the spirit. So he's asking, where do the wars and fightings come from? Well, lust is the beginning of your fight. That's what you got to understand. Whatever lust is in you, that's going to be the beginning of your war. And as long as that lust is in you, that's how long you got to fight. We getting it? Right. So if I'm constantly lusting for the wrong things, if I'm constantly catering to the flesh, I'm going to have a constant battle on my hands. I'm going to have a constant Ukraine versus Russia. Just stalemate. It's going to be a stalemate, but it won't be a stalemate. Somebody is going to win. And usually it's the flesh. Usually the flesh wins if you want it to win, I should say. Read on.
That war in your members.
You see that? They war in your members. Go ahead.
Ye lust and have not.
No, that's it. So, whence cometh wars and fightings? Come ye not of your lust that war in your members? Your members within you, man. Within us. Remember, we're all members of a body, right? But then you're a member within yourself. Your members, your mind, your body parts. They lust to do, your hands lust to do evil. Your feet run to evil. Your mind, the members of your mind, they do what? They create evil. They create lustful situations. How can I get into that and get away with it? Not get caught. How can I get with that? How can I get with her and not get caught? I know it's wrong, but the war is what? How to cater, not how to fight. Right? No, it shouldn't be that. It should be how to fight. But some of our battle is how to execute the lust. That's not good. That shouldn't be your battle. Like, man, how do I get to sneak around? How do I get to cater to my lust without being put on blast? That's some of our battle. That's some of us what we war with. How to escape the truth. Some of us are literally battling in this war. How do I fight? But not everyone. But again, we're examining why is it that we fall? Where does it begin? Well, we forget that there's a war, and then the only war you fight is how to execute your lust, how to go forth with it, and try to come out with the least damage possible, the least collateral damage, right? Man, how can I have a good time with her and not get caught up? Well, I'm gonna make sure I safe sex and this and that and the third, right? Because I can't have no baby with no hoe, right? But it's like, why would you want to deal with a hoe? Why would you want to deal with a whorish woman, right? Or I can't have no baby with this man, even though he ain't my husband. But why are you dealing with a man that's not your husband? Why are you finding ways to war and let yourself fall to the flesh? So we got to change our war tactics. You got to understand that there's a war going on. And you got to understand that the things that you fight within yourself, within your members, you fight the wrong thing. You should be fighting the lust, not fighting to cater to the lust. Right? So go from there. Go to Romans 8. Go to Romans 8 and 7. Everybody with me? So we're still on the point of why you fall in the war to your lusts. Why do you fall to the war in your lusts? We're still on that point. Go ahead.
Romans chapter 8, verse 7.
Right?
Because the carnal mind is enmity against Yahweh.
Right. So one of the reasons why we fall is because we're still in our carnal minds. You're here. You come to class. You do all the camp duties. You give all the rides. You work the businesses. You talk to sisters. You talk to brothers. Right? You partake, but your mind, your outlook is still carnal. It's not pure yet. It hasn't been purified even to the level of seeing that you need to fight. Some of us are here. What's our greatest asset? Being here. What's our
Each other.
Yeah, but you know how you know why some people lose? Because they're scared to use each other. You're scared to go to the next person, to the sister that been here for 15 years, 20 years. You're scared to go to her and say, "Hey, look, this is what I'm dealing with." You're scared to go to the brother that been here 8, 9, 10, 20 years and say, hey, this is what I'm dealing with. That's another youthful lust. It's actually it's a youthful lust. It is, because think about young kids. What do they tend to not want to do? They don't want to be around they don't want to be around the adults and let the adults know what's going on in their mind, because they don't want to be told against their mind. Right? That's a kid mentality. That's a youthful mentality, that I'm not going to use the experience that's around me. So that's another reason why you fall, because your mind is carnal. You're thinking, oh, they're looking at me funny. You're thinking, oh, I'm older than her. She can't tell me nothing. Right? I got life experiences. Who gives a damn? We're not dealing with the life experiences. We're dealing with the spirit. But the carnal mind is looking at age. The carnal mind is looking at gender. The carnal mind is looking at all the wrong things and not saying, wait a minute, let me step into the spirit and see how can I be helped in my battle, in my war. Right? Look at Ukraine. Them niggas is exercising all options. They got every country helping them. Right? They like, look, we need bombs from America. We need bombs from Britain. Y'all can send us some fighter jets. They're using everything around them to be able to fight. Right? Because they get it that all the other nations in the world are their greatest asset, because they have what they need. Right? We have to come to the realization that we're our greatest asset, and somebody up in here is going to have what you need. Somebody's going to have some type of instruction and wisdom and knowledge. Even if their knowledge is, hey, go talk to this person because they know more than me. Right? Or go talk to this sister because she got more experience. Or go deal with this brother because he got more experience. Even if that's all they have to offer, it's better than you trying to go at it alone. It's better than you being in the carnal mind talking about, oh, I'm a grown-ass man, I can handle it. I'm a grown woman. I don't need nobody to tell me nothing. But you do. But we all do. We all need somebody to tell us something. We all need somebody to sit back and instruct us. We all need it. Don't get it twisted. I said it the other day. Y'all think that when y'all call me and, hey, Shalom, I'm going through da-da-da-da, y'all think that y'all just getting my version of whatever? No. You're getting a mix-up of Kazakh, me, a war, Mashaba. You're getting all the brothers that I talk to and deal with. You're getting all their counsel too. You're getting all their experience too. You're getting all the things that they've put in me. And now you're privy to, shit, what, 200 years worth of experience? Probably more. I was 50. I'm 40. Because I'm 40. That's 80. Right? Because I was 30. I mean, come on. You're looking at, about 200 plus years of just experience. So it ain't just me. I'm no one, but the collective, right? The collective is where it's at. That's the best way to win a war. Is, again, look at Ukraine and Russia. They begging America to do what? Shut down the air. Put up a no-fly zone. Send us these type of weapons. Send us this, because they don't got it. But they recognize what they have and what they don't have. The carnal mind is not in the state of recognition where you're deficient. You think you got it because why? You're young, or because you're old. Guess what? Age don't mean nothing in the truth. Y'all know that, right? Like physical age means nothing when it comes to the spirit. Yahweh Shai was 12 years old, discoursing and teaching doctors and lawyers, grown-ass men. And he didn't sit there like, I'm a grown-ass. He dealt with them on their level. He got on their level as a 12-year-old boy. So age got nothing to do with this, man. We got to snap out of it. The carnal mind is enmity. Go ahead. Somebody look up the word enmity. Go ahead, read.
For it is not subject to the law of Yahweh.
Right, it's not what?
For it is not subject to the law of Yahweh.
So part of the reason why we lose is because we don't want to be subject. I just said it. We don't want to be subject to one another. We don't want to be subject to any magistrates or laws or ordinances. You're like, I know they say to unify, but I don't see the point. I know they say to communicate, but why? I know they say to counsel, but I don't need to do that. I got this. I got this. But do you? Do you got this? Everyone should ask themselves, how many times have you fallen? How many times? It says a righteous man falls 7 times, right? Yeah, but is that righteous man fall into the same thing over and over? Or is he not upgrading his battle? Through each step, he's upgrading the battle. He's not falling to the same demon over and over. Like, a righteous man don't fall to a big booty and a smile all the time. Fool me once. Shame on you, right? Fool me twice. I'm not the spirit. You might have got me once with that little, little wiggly jiggly, right? You might have got me one time. But a righteous man is going to seek out, how do I not fall to that same thing? He's going to conquer, and every time he conquers, there's another battle. There's another level to achieve. And he may not fall for a while. He might just go, and then boom. Something that was, I don't want to say above his strength, but something that he just didn't see coming. And he falls, boom. But it's not the same battle from 5 years ago. It's not the same thing from 6 years ago. So miss me with the righteous man falls 7 times. I'm just a righteous man falling, But so you just never going to counsel? You just never going to communicate? You just never going to unify? You just never going to be subject to the Most High in the way that he wants? We all want to go at it our own way, right? We all want to fight a war our own way. But think about it. Can you go fight a war? Can you go fight the war they fighting in Ukraine with your hands? You just going to walk out there with your hands and just be good? Hell nah. You got a butter knife? You got the the gun with the bayonet, that's it? Bro, they dropping bombs out there. They got airstrikes out there. They got tanks. You see the dude that tried to drive past the tank and they ran over his car? Like when the war first started, he tried to drive past the tank and they ran his car right over. And they pulled him out the car he lived. But the point is, you can't just drive up to the tank and think like, I'm going to just pass on through. There's a way to fight. But you have to be subject. You can't be an enemy of the Most High. You can't be opposed to the Most High. That's what enmity is. Somebody, who got it? What you got?
Enmity, the state or feeling of being actively opposed.
Right, and that's the thing. We're actively opposed. How? How do we stay actively opposed to the Most High? How? Come on. Somebody give it to me, baby. Just give it to me, baby. How do we show that we're actively opposed?
When we stay in our minds, scripture says that you lean on your own understanding.
Yeah.
You're not allowing yourself to be guided by the Most High.
Yeah. When you stay in your own mind, when you don't allow yourself to be molded, when you don't allow yourself to be guided, when you don't allow yourself to be pushed, you're showing that I'm actively opposed right now. I'm not dealing with this. And then some of y'all just give it away on your facial expression. I mean, damn. Your body language tells it all. Like, oh yeah, ooh, can't ask her nothing. Ooh, can't ask him nothing, right? Can't deal with him right now because he's going through it. Your body language, your facial expression, but just even the lack of, how do I word it? Just, can I be honest with y'all? Sometimes the way some of us be moving, I be feeling like y'all don't care about yourselves. Because we can see the battle, we can see the war all over your face. I can see it. I can see some of y'all going through what you go through. And it's like, instead of reaching out and saying, hey, I need a little help, it's like you torment your own self and you cause further damage with trying to fix things in your own mind that you don't have the full amount of tools to fix. And you kill yourself with turning the wheels like, how how do I get over this? How do I fix this? How do I get past this? You never will. You're going to constantly torment yourself. You're going to constantly go through things because you're not reaching out. I'm not saying you got to reach out to me, but reach out to something. Golly, pull yourself up out the pit. But you show that enmity just in, I'm not going to ask for the help. I'm not going to go to the help. I'm not going to be by the strength. I'm going to stay by myself. So read on. Actively opposed. What else?
Or hostile.
Or what?
Or hostile.
Huh?
Or hostile.
Right. The hostility that comes from some of us. Get it, man. Some of us be having bad days. Right? You're going through things. But even a bad day is not an excuse to just walk around with hostility in your spirit. Go ahead.
To someone or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That's it. The quality of being an enemy. Right? I'm just giving you the definition I got. Ill will and hatred. Ooh, damn. Unfriendly. Unfriendly disposition. So what did I say? It's in your body language. It's in your facial expression. You come off unfriendly. Right? Let's see here. The state of opposition. Now I go to 2 Timothy 2 and 4. So, think about it. Why would this apply to some of us in here that we're actively opposed, but we sit here? We congregate. We chill. We feast day. We do all these different things, but why would you be an active enemy? Really, you just a spy. Really, you just here, right? But what's not being activated in you while you're here? These are the things we got to ask. Why do I fall? Well, there's certain little qualities that are not being activated in you while you're here. You know, and I get it, man. The first 6 months you come in, you you're bewildered. You're baffled at Christ being black and the apostles and you being chosen. And, you know, you're just like in a daze, right? That honeymoon stage, you just like, whoo, floating on cloud 9. Got people that's in the same mind as me. And you're not really paying attention. And then after that first 6 months and the luster, right? The shellacker starts to wear off, right? And you start to dull out. What happens? Start getting hard. But that 6 months, that's when you should have been gathering all the things you needed to get towards the next 6 months. So I get it, man. But if you didn't battle the right way in the beginning, it's going to be hard to catch up. Some of us been here a long time. Some of us been here a short time, but you got to catch up. You got to catch up the right way. Go to 2 Timothy 2 and verse 4. And y'all online, if y'all got anything to say, go ahead and say it. Read. People don't want to follow the Most High's rules. Right. Right? Permission, fight against it, right? Okay, yeah. Stubborn and pride. Yeah, that's the main catalyst. But what we got? 2 Timothy 2 and verse 4? Go ahead.
It's the book of 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 4.
Right?
No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life.
Right, so think about it. You forget that you're in a war. You forget that you have to fight. But now you allow yourself to be entangled with the affairs of this life. You allow yourself to let the things of this life turn into lusts and turn into these youthful ventures and these things that you want to chase. Right? Again, there's nothing wrong with having a woman. But how does that become a youthful lust? Well, when that's all that's on your mind. Is women. I'm a woman.
I looked up entanglement.
What you got?
To wrap or twist together to make complicated.
Ooh. Yeah, you complicate yourself with this life, the carnal life. Because the carnal mind is an enemy of the Most High, or constantly opposed or in constant opposition when it's time for you to deal with the things of this life in the spirit, spiritual outlook, what do? You revert to the carnal mind. That natural brute beast, the one that can't be told nothing. You know her. The one that be snapping her head, snapping her neck, right? The one that don't need no man, no woman, no child. She got it all by herself. She's a rock. You know that guy. He relies on his muscles, his handsome face, his bank account. Yeah, y'all remember him, right? Right? Who was that guy? He's so handsome, right? They just kept telling you that you was handsome. You knew that they loved you because you was handsome. You could talk them out of their. I don't want to get us banned. I already got one channel there. You could talk them into anything. You got the gift of gab, right? It's smooth like butter when it comes off your lips. But see, we can't dwell like that. We can't deal like that in this war. See, in the world, you could talk yourself out of anything or talk yourself into anything. In the world, what do? When it's time for war, they just show some breasts, right? It's time for war, they just get naked. That's how they fight. Think about it. Just go on Twitter. Don't go on Twitter, right? But just go on Twitter and look. We're in a battle, but everybody's getting naked. Everybody's on OnlyFans. Everybody's getting high. How do they battle? Alcohol, drugs, pills. You know what? I ain't trying to hear this. Music. I'm tuning everything out, right? Lights off, music on. That's the saying. Oh no, world off, music on, something like that. But the point is, it's to avoid what's really going on with you. There's an avoidance because, again, you're forgetting what time it is. You're forgetting the level of battle that you're going through. So now, we're always going to be entangled with the affairs of this life. But it's how we entangle ourselves, right? Kids, that's a part of the affairs of this life. Wife, house, bills, right? But how wrapped up am I in bills? Not that wrapped up, right? I would rather not pay them, but you just kind of got to. But once you have that mind that, they're never going to go away. I mean, rent, right? As long as you want something, there's going to be a bill associated with that. They ain't never going nowhere. I get that. But if I can't pay next month, they could trip. I'm gonna keep driving. Right? I'm going to keep rolling. I'm going to keep coming to class. I'm going to keep teaching. But some of us are too entangled in how am I going to get this done? How am I going to complete something carnal? Instead of saying, wait a minute, let me take a step back. Let me assess the battlefield. Let me move my players the right way and position my defense, right? And let things just play out the way they need to. But some of us are no, I'm going to stress out. I'm going to lose my mind, right? I'm going to give in to what somebody else is telling me in the way I should accomplish things. So read it again.
No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier.
See, we forget that we were chosen for a purpose. You weren't chosen to sit here. Why do I choose a soldier? What's the point of a soldier? To fight. Why do I have reserves? Right? Why do they got National Guard, reserves, police academy, police reserves? Just in case it pops off. But the Most High chose us as soldiers and soldierettes. But see, you forget that. You think, I'm just a wife. I'm just a mom. I'm just a sister. Hell nah. You a soldier in arms. Right? You're a woman that is a mother, that is a sister, that is a wife, that is a pillar of rest, but you also a soldier. You're a man, that is a husband, a brother, an uncle, a grandpa, whatever, but guess what? You a soldier. You were chosen to fight, not just to sit around, not just to get trampled over by your lust and temptations, not just to give in. Y'all see that? So there's a forgetfulness that, why have I been chosen? Well, yeah, right? Chosen to make it to the kingdom. But how? To take it, to fight for it. Right? He that overcometh. Overcome what? And in what arena and in what situation and when? Well, right now. He that overcometh, he's going to get the kingdom. I'm going to crown him. So, really, why are we not overcoming? Well, because we're forgetting little small key elements about what we got to do daily. As always, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. But St. John 6:63 says, it's the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profited nothing. So, you're right. The flesh is weak. But that's not the excuse. It can't be an excuse. And then now ask yourself this. I like that you said that. If the flesh is so weak, then why would I give credit to weakness? Why would I let something weak dictate anything? Why would I put so much on the weakness? Think about it. The flesh is weak, but you give everything to the flesh. Is it strengthening it? Does it make, giving into your lust, does that make your flesh strong or weaker? Yeah. So we know the flesh is weak, but then why do we cater to it? Well, see, that's beautiful. That's my next point. I'm glad he said that. That's my next point. Go ahead, you cater. You can write it down. You can write, we cater to our lusts. See, just statements like that. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. But what about, I can do all things through Yahweh Shai who strengtheneth me? What about, in these things we are more than conquerors? What about the faith of a mustard seed? You can move mountains. You can tell this mountain to get up and go hence. What about that? What about when Yahweh Shai battled against Satan? Wit against wit. And Satan came carnal, then he tried to come spiritual, and Yahweh Shai conquered in that moment. What about all those examples of letting the spirit override the flesh? You're right. The flesh is garbage. That's the problem with it. It's trash. It's trash, but you got to tell yourself, I'm not going to let something weak control something that's strong. That doesn't make sense. That's like being a grown man being pulled around by a baby. Who lets their kids just pull them around? Nobody, right? Why? Because the child is weaker than you. But that's the same thing as saying, well, the spirit's willing, but the flesh is weak. So why would I let the weak-ass flesh pull my spirit? Where if I strengthen my spirit and don't make the provision for the flesh will be it'll just be out of there. It won't even be in the equation. Romans 13 and verse 11. I can't let y'all get away with that, man. Jonah Judah, I can't let you get away with that, mate. But no, you're right. You're absolutely right. But see, that's the war. That's the battle. That we have to fight the flesh. But what are you using? The spirit to overcome. We gotta get into that mind. As a man thinketh, so is he. So if I think the flesh is weak, then it's weak. But I gotta think that the spirit is stronger. I gotta think that the spirit quickeneth. I gotta believe that. I gotta believe that if I apply spiritual things and try to attain to righteousness, that I'll cancel out the flesh. Read that. Romans 13 and verse 11.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 11.
Right?
And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Right. So another reason why we lose, because we forget what time we in. You forget that there's a war, but you forget that it's time to wake up. Some of us are still sleeping in the truth. Some of us are still walking around like zombies, and you got the wisdom right in front of you, and you're just walking around like, I don't know what to do. How can you not know what to do? It's all right here. It's right in front of you. And then, if you really don't know what to do, just watch. But how can you see anything when you're asleep? All you got to do is look at the next person next to you, right? Remember back in the day when you cheated on your test in school? This ain't cheating. This is coveting the best gifts. Just look over and say, damn, how you doing it? Oh, damn, you doing it like that? Oh, you studying, huh? Oh, okay. Oh, you praying, huh? Oh, you counseling, huh? You fighting, huh? Look over at the next person. That's it. Just watch. Go ahead.
For now is our salvation nearer than we believe.
Go ahead.
That night is far spent.
Right?
The day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off.
The night is far spent. You already burnt the candle at both ends. Another youthful lust. The lust to just be out in them lanes. You know how cats lust to be in the streets? They lust to be around the crowd. I'm a social butterfly. Right? The night's far spent, man. You did that. It's daytime. Let's get busy. Go ahead.
Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light.
Let us do what?
Put on the armor of light.
So you got to be active in these streets. To put on something, you got to put off something. But to put on something, you know, who puts on their pants laying down? You put on your shirt just laying on your back? No, you got to get up, grab the shirt, whoop, pants, whoop, right? You got to get up. You got to move around. You got to put your spirit into it. Go ahead.
Let us walk honestly as in the day.
Right.
Not in rioting.
Right.
And drunkenness.
Go ahead.
Not in the chambering.
All these youthful lusts, rioting, partying, chambering, laying up, drunkenness. Go ahead.
And wantonness.
Wantonness. Everything your damn eyes see you want. Gotta get her. Come on, y'all. You know the beautiful thing about working in the mall, you get to see all these different spirits. You get to see the dudes that got a wife. She's standing right next to him, but he's drooling over every whack chick that walks through the mall. Right? It's like, dude, you got a better looking wife than them. Why are you drooling over her? Well, because it's something different. It's something new. There's no being content. They don't know how to be content in the world. They don't know how to nurture and cultivate what they already have. It's all about, I did that here, so now it's time to move on to the next. So you was with her for a year, now it's time to get another one? To be with her for a year to get another one? Wow. No type of longevity, maintenance, nothing. No loyalty. Go ahead.
Not in strife.
Right.
And envy.
Yeah, some people lust. Some people have to fight and strive to just get through their days, man. You know that some people they lust after contention. Like a lot of these young women, I see it a lot with just the younger generation. I heard one woman say, she said, I gotta have a man that has a baby mom. And they were like, why? She was like, because of the drama. I need that drama. I need to fight with his baby mom. Yeah, I was like, what? She said, yeah, I need to have that. But then I was watching another thing where there's an older woman and she was reflecting on her life and she was just like, man, all that drama, all that early drama, baby mama drama, baby daddy drama. She said, man, if I would have known better, I wouldn't have gave into that. Like, it actually did more damage than it did good. Because when you're young, you got that energy, right? You got that energy to go through all that nonsense. But that's a youthful lust. You think that that's the excitement that you need in your relationship. So you got people that they lust for that, man. Remember, the youthful lusts are not because you're young. It's because you're young-minded. It's because you're young-minded and your outlook is a child outlook. Read on.
But put ye on the Lord Jesus Christ,
right,
and make not provision for the flesh.
Right. It's about, again, abstinence. It said put on Christ, but what does that mean? Put on Christ. I get to just take I put on Christ, y'all. Right? I got my boots, got my feet shod with the gospel. Right? I got my helmet of faith. right? I got my sword, right? How do you put them on? What does that mean? Like, put on Christ? Nah. See, if you don't know how to even do that, when it's time to fight, you'll just fight as a man. Putting on Christ, what does that mean to y'all? Anybody? What does that mean? Yeah, I mean, if you got, I don't know, there's no wrong answer.
To me, it means, checking yourself in the way that you're thinking, in the way that you're moving, and, keep on trying. Yahushua, he did it. And to us, it's different. But putting on Christ, it doesn't mean how you just said it. It's symbolically, it's like, it starts with your mind. It all starts with changing your mind first.
Right. And it's not only symbolic, it's actual literal. Because think about it. To put on what?
You have to know it so that you can put it into you. It's not necessarily you're putting it on you, you're putting it inside
Stole
of you.
the whole words out of my whole mouth. The whole thought out of my brain. That's perfect. Because it's not about like she said, it's not about putting it on, it's about embodying it. But how do I embody something that I'm not familiar with? How do I embody something or become something that I have no knowledge of? So what do we got to do? Well, we got to read about and learn about the instances. What did he do in this situation? What happened in this situation? When faced with adversity, when faced with his trials and temptations, what did he do? Right? Let me ask y'all a question. How many times did Christ call down angels?
Not one.
None, right? How many times did he turn rocks into bread? None, right? How many times did he, in the face of danger, when the Pharisees was going at him, he just cloud of smoke, gone? How many times? Never, right? You know why? Why? Somebody tell me why he didn't just ascend into the clouds right in front of the Pharisees when they was trying to grill him. Why? Yeah, I'm one.
Because he knew that he was going to be taken care of. There was a purpose for everything, and he had to go through it.
Good answer, but not the answer. What? Abadiah.
Because he knew that he was being looked at by the apostles.
Okay,
He was.
you're getting close.
He was setting the standard for them on how they were supposed to fight battle when he was gone, when he left.
Right, okay. Somebody add to that. She's right on the closeness.
They would,
What?
they would actually have something to blame on him.
Or an excuse.
Yeah, it's like,
Right.
see, you just ran off when I asked you.
Right. What were you going to say, Marcy?
Like to add on what Abadiah said, it's to show that no matter what we can go through, we can do it.
Right. Remember, the scriptures in Hebrew, it said, looking unto Christ, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy endured the cross. Right? He endured death. He endured it. So you saw or the apostles saw, and we read every instance that Yahushua had to endure retardedness, foolishness, niggerdom, hatred, right? His own death. We get to sit back and read like, oh, whoa, hold up. So you mean to tell me that they accused him falsely? Damn, and he didn't even say nothing? So I gotta check myself, because every time I'm accused of something, I just go off the rails. I don't know how to suffer wrongfully. Right? Or is that like he suffered wrongfully for no reason? Let's put that to the side real quick, because he suffered wrongfully for no reason. He just did that because he was powerful. No, he could have disappeared out damn Herod's grips, right? Out of the chief priest or whatever. He could have gone out of here. I ain't dealing with this. like some of us do. I ain't dealing with this. I'm up. Right? But he gave you the whole blueprint on how to go through and endure all these different situations. Right? Where when you're tempted by riches and fame and all these different things, how to not fall to that. How to endure when you're without certain things. How to, and when I say use, I don't mean in a bad way, but how to use the people around you. How to be there for others. How to give yourself. He gave all these examples. When he wasn't hungry, right? When they said he had fasted 40 days, he was hungry. He hadn't eaten. He was weak. When he got up on that cross and he was weak, he showed, okay, I'm going to talk to the Most High and let his will be done. But some of us, I'm going to talk to the Most High and still let my own will be done. I'm going to ask the Most High, and if he don't act on my favor, then I'm about to do something. That's how some of us think. That's how you lust for power. You lust for control in every situation, and you forget that you ain't got no control. Only thing you could do is ask. Yahweh, save me. That's all you can do. But you think, no, I'm going to ask, but then, man, he ain't, bruh, what, you don't hear me? You don't see me? Right? You like, what? You know what? Man, he taking too long. I'm going to go do this myself. So there's a literal blueprint on how not to and how to. Right? But he knew that you would be watching. You would be watching. You would be watching. I would be watching. He knew everybody in here would have to open this book at some point and read about him having to go through things. Putting on Christ is what? Embodying his life. Not just, because you got on a garment. Right? Not because he rode with a bunch, like 12 cats and they were powerful. It was about taking on that life. Where you at? Wow, it's already 8:20. Okay.
Just finish verse 14.
All right, I got a little bit more left. Read 14 one more time.
Put ye on the Lord Jesus Christ.
Right, so read about him, learn about him, embody him, mimic him. Some of us still got on our moms, our dads, our family. You still got on the TV show that you give yourself to, or the novel you give yourself to, or you still wearing the people at your job, their mentality. You're wearing the wrong mentality. You're embodying the wrong things. Go ahead.
And make not provision for the flesh.
Right, and once you embody Christ, you'll see that he didn't make provision for the flesh, right? Master, I'll follow you wherever you go. Okay, well, foxes have holes, birds have nests, the Son of Man have no place to lay his head. You ready? Who's ready? Who's ready to be homeless for a little bit? Who's ready? That's what he was showing them. Oh, okay, so you follow the law from your youth up? Go ahead and sell everything. Give it to the poor. Follow me. Ooh, wait, so I got to do all that just to be your disciple? Because I like to be comfortable. I like a little bit of comfort. I don't want to be having to guess where I'm going to lay my head at. But think about it. When did you ever read about Christ being broke or homeless? Hey, go into town and get the upper room. Damn, the upper room? Where the Pharisees sit? Yeah, we got that. Watch. Go ahead and loose that colt, loose that donkey. Let them know I need that. Really? Just, they're just going to give it to us. Yeah, watch. I mean, right? When was he ever denied anything? Well, he wasn't denied because he was ready to give up. He gave it up. So now when he needed, the Most High said, here, look, it's yours. But we have to embody those principles and understand that that's what's needed. Not making the provision for the flesh. That don't mean you don't think about what you're going to eat and drink. Right? That don't mean that, when you get hungry, I got to deny the flesh. Got to be in the spirit, huh? Israelites don't get hungry. Hell yeah, they do. Bruh. Because after this, y'all would only imagine when you teach a class how hungry, how much food you need to replenish the brain power. Right? But the provision for the flesh, we make the provision, and again, we war in our heads. How am I going to execute? How am I going to execute the negative in the flesh? How am I going to execute my lusts? That's the war some of us fight. Those are the provisions some of us make. Just like in the world, right? Oh, I want to cheat on my wife with this woman. So I got to make provisions. So what do I got to do? Well, I got to come up with a lie. Well, I'm not going to be home tonight. So, babe, I got to work late. Right? Then you got to set up whatever hotel you're going to take the little random to. Right? You got to buy your wine and your rose petals and all that crap. You make provisions to execute things for the flesh. Go ahead, read on.
To fulfill the lust thereof.
Right, because it's not saying, oh, don't meal prep. Right? It's not saying don't, like, it's wrong to pick out your clothes for the week and iron them all up and have them hanging. No, but the provisions of the flesh, the negative things. Go to Romans 8:5.
Right.
So put ye on Yahushua. That right there, man. But you can't, you can't put something on. You can't embody something unless you fully ingrain it and engraft it into your mind first. Read Romans 8:5.
The book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 5. For they that are after the flesh,
Right?
do mind the things of the flesh.
Yeah, that carnal mind that is at constant opposition is always looking at how to cater to the flesh. That's it. It's all about, how do I cater to my convenience? How do I cater to my belly? How do I cater to my mind that's not linked to the spirit? My thoughts. How do I execute my plans? How do I carry out my endeavors? Going back to the first scripture, right? Live joyfully, young man. Give your heart to whatever you want to give it to. But there's a catch. You're going to have a punishment for whatever it is, or a blessing for whatever it is. It's saying here, read it again.
For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh.
Go ahead.
But they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit.
Go ahead.
For to be carnally minded is death.
Yeah, and we know that. We know that, right? How do we know that? Well, if you didn't know that, you wouldn't be here. All you gotta do is just do a quick little, what was that? Who was that? Scrooge? No, what was that? When he took him back into his life? What was that?
Christmas past.
Christmas past? Yeah, the
Ghost
Ghost
of
of Christmas past. Go into the Ghost of Michael past, of Derek's past, of Ramiro's past, right? Go just tap back into the past life and ask yourself, okay, what did I gain and what do I still have now? That's worth anything from the past. What do I have? What do I have to show for the past life? Right? Right? It's a fair question, right? Now, y'all gonna be honest with me? Y'all gonna be honest with me? Is it not scars and regret?
Nah.
Is it not things that you're still trying to heal from now? So, really, how great is the flesh? If you're still trying to heal from it. You're still trying, damn, I remember that one time when I remember that one time when oh wow, damn, because that happened when and you just looking back like, damn, man, if I didn't drink the way I was drinking, if I didn't eat the way I was eating, if I didn't think the way I was thinking, if I wasn't around those people, right? If I didn't give myself in that situation, it's all regrets. All you gotta do is read Romans 6. I think it's 21. He asks the question, where go there real quick. I didn't put it in here, but go there real quick. Go to Romans 6. And you're gonna read verse 20. Yep.
Romans chapter 6, verse 20.
Go ahead.
For ye were the servants of sin.
Why were you a servant of sin? Well, because everything that was in your mind was to serve the flesh. That's what brought forth the sin and made you that servant. Go ahead.
Ye were free from righteousness.
Go ahead.
What fruit had ye then in those things, whereof ye are now ashamed?
Yeah, like, show me the fruit in the all you have is the shame. There's no fruit, but there's still that shame. There's still that regret. There's still that, ooh. If what do we always say? If I wish I knew now what I knew back. No, hindsight's 20/20. But I wish I knew then what I know now. How many times did you say that in your life? Right? I mean, come on. You're not even that old. How old are you?
28.
Man, come on. Right? Some of us, like, you haven't even lived that long to be able to say. Even me, I'm like, I lived that long to be able to say that, but I definitely got, like, oh. I don't even want to think about the past, bro. I get exhausted. I get exhausted thinking, like, dang, son. Because there is a shame, there is a regret, there's still wounds that are still healing from the past. A lot of us still are healing from giving ourselves to the carnal mind, to the carnality. Go ahead.
For the end of those things is death.
Right. Just like it says, read Romans chapter 8 and verse 6 again.
Romans chapter 8, verse 6. For to be carnally minded is death.
Right?
But to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
Yeah, and some of us are now learning how to attain to that life and peace. We're getting in that mode where now all your patterns and all your doings, right? They're good. And you're saying, damn, I'm waking up every day and I'm having these peaceful situations. I'm not arguing, I'm not fighting, I'm not waking up in the wrong state of mind. Like, come on, think about it. How you wake up and just got demons on you? No, I don't get it. Like, how you go to bed fine and then you just wake up and you just wake up just like, blah. Like, that's wild to me. Do you go to the mall like that? That's crazy. Like, you just wake up and your whole mind state is different 5 hours later. Right? Because that's the typical sleep. That's the typical sleep is 5 hours. But think about that. How does that happen? Well, where is your mind? Even in your sleep, you got to be in the spirit. Even in your sleep, you got to have dreams. And because in dreamland, you can do whatever you want. Right? Right? Right. But you got to still even curb that. And not let that go too far, because why? You wake up the next morning and got straight demons on you. And you wonder, like, what the hell is going on? Well, I got to be spiritually minded in all facets, in all situations. My subconscious got to be in the spirit. That's how deep you got to embed yourself. But if I'm always making provisions to cater to my feelings, we say flesh, right? Okay, let's break down flesh. How I feel, what I want, as opposed to what's needed or what I need, right? What I've heard, what I've saw, how it's gonna make me feel. Some of us go off of, man, that's going to make me feel good. So I want it. How do you know? Well, you're going off the last feeling. And what you're doing is you X out all the negatives to achieve that one positive feeling. Where, I mean, crackheads feel good when they smoke crack, right? You ever saw Snowfall? Right? They took that hit. And it's like, damn, that's how it... You looking at the crackhead get high and you like...
It was appealing.
Like, what the hell's that?
Did make it real.
Yeah, it's like real, just curious. Like, wait, huh? But then, you see the crackhead 2 weeks later with no teeth. You're like, oh, wait a minute, hold up. Pawning everything off and selling the baby. You're like, wait, oh, So it makes you feel great to where you pass out, but then you sell everything and walk around just out your mind. Okay, I don't want crack, right? The feeling shouldn't outweigh the consequence, but for some of us it does. The carnal mind tells you, no, the consequences ain't real. You can do crack. You ain't gonna sell your babies. You ain't gonna try to make the decision, do I get the weed or do I get diapers? Yeah. People, yeah, right?
God,
I know a brother.
me too.
I know a guy. He said he had to make a decision. Do I get weed and or diapers? I mean, damn. And 9 out of 10, they're going to choose weed. 'Cause diapers, man, you just get some disposables, some reusables. Tie a shirt over that baby's butt.
Stash your mind.
Go ahead, where you at?
Verse 7.
No.
Romans chapter 8, verse 7.
Galatians 5:16. Galatians 5:16. Ooh,
God.
we right on time. We are right on time. Y'all with me? Right. So what are we going over? Well, how we fall to our lust. How the lust introduces itself, and how we fall. Right? Where it starts. It all starts in the mind. It all starts in how you fortify yourself. What you're embodying that day, that week, that month, that hour. You try to embody Christ, or you try to embody the world, your old self. Read that, Galatians 5:16.
The book is Galatians chapter 5, verse 16.
Right?
This I say then,
Right?
walk in the Spirit,
Go ahead.
and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
Right. So again, not to repeat, but this, says the same thing. Says the same thing that Romans 13:11 is saying. Put ye on Christ. Walk in the Spirit. But, and that's so complicated. Walking in the Spirit. Because many people think they're walking in the Spirit, right? Some cats is walking in the spirit of ganja. Some people's like, what spirit am I going to walk in though?
Walking in a spirit, but not the spirit.
Yeah, you walking in a spirit. Like, I'm spiritual. Well, the devil's spirit is a spirit, right? So you walking in the spirit of lust, covetousness, ganja, hate, love, right?
God.
What spirit? What spirit do I walk in daily? What does it mean to walk in the Spirit? Can you literally walk in the Spirit? Well, you can walk your eyes into the Spirit, right? By going chapter to chapter. Let your eyes do the walking. And then let your mind do the processing. But too many times, what are we doing? Our eyes are glued to different things that are not going to be beneficial. They're not spiritual. I always say it. I always talk about, like, who has a hard time watching TV in here? Be honest. Come on. Don't lie. Who has a hard time watching TV?
What do you mean?
Who has a hard time? You'll know if you do. You have a hard time watching TV? Why?
Talking about the news?
No, just TV in general. Like, if you throw on a show, can you binge watch? He can binge watch. Can you binge watch a show?
I don't have time to.
Okay, but if you had time, could you do it?
Yes.
Okay. Who in here can binge watch? Right. See, everybody's capping. Y'all all full-time cappers. Yeah, my point is, it's hard for me to binge watch. Not because I'm special. Not because I'm great. Because when I start to watch something, I automatically start peeling back the layers of whatever. It don't matter what I'm watching. I start to peel it apart. And my mind goes into different spiritual mode, class mode, this mode. I can't watch TV without picking my phone up. It's a bad habit. And it's not to pick my phone up to watch TV. You know how some people watch TV on the phone and they got the TV going, No, I pick up the phone and I start going right to my Word document and Bible app, and I'm like, damn, that's a good class. Oh, wow, damn, really? Let me look into that. Oh, snap, hey, hold on, what's the Bible say about that? Hold on, let me look that up real quick. Like, I'm going through shows, and then by the time I do all the, grab the scripture, do that, I gotta do what? Rewind. I gotta rewind it. I'll sit there and rewind the show, and then sometimes I'll just forget I'm watching TV. And I'll be like, oh yeah, phone call, brother, hey, shalom. I look up, 8 episodes done went by. The TV's just background noise. I'm like, oh snap. Gotta rewind all the episodes. It's hard for me to watch TV because I've trained myself to put a spiritual filter on everything that I do. Or at least try to. I'm not perfect by any stretch. But I try to put a filter over what I'm seeing because my mind knows that what I'm seeing is a lie. My mind knows that when I watch TV, if I look at it with a carnal mind, that's going to kill me. Right? If I start looking at doomsday prepping, I'm like, oh snap, gotta doomsday prep. Gotta get my water. Gotta do this. Like all of a sudden, my whole backyard is just a concentration camp. Canned goods and water buckets and all type. The hole in the bottom for a bunker. Where's Quadazop? Oh, he's in the bunker. What? I thought he was a spiritual man. Thought he had faith. Right? I'm building a bunker. Where's he? I thought he was going to teach class today. Nope. He's digging out his bunker. Got a doomsday prep. Right? But if I don't filter things, if you don't step out of that carnal mind and filter what you see, you're just going to be like the carnal things that you're watching. Why do you think children mimic everything they see? They don't filter anything. They don't filter what they hear. They don't filter what's being what their eyes see. To look past the glitz and glam. That's children. That's a simple child mind. It's a youthful mind. But see, some of us still operate in the things that we see and hear in that youthful lust of I just want it to be simple. I just want it to be a TV show. How come it just can't be a TV show? How come it just can't be this? Right? There's many great shows and songs and this and that and that, but how about looking past the crack, looking past the music, looking past the whatever it is that they're showing you and get to the real message? Let the spiritual mind take over. Y'all, if you do that, y'all all will hate watching TV. I can't even watch movies. I be wanting to watch, I want to watch Batman. I'm like, man, bruh, let's be real. A 3-hour movie? Good luck. I be watching that Batman for like 2 weeks. Because within the first 10 minutes, I'm going to have to rewind it. Then in the next 20 minutes, the kids are going to cry. Then in the next 20, Kazak's going to call. Then in the next 20 minutes, Zion's going to call. Then I'm going to have a council. And it's like, oh man, hell no. So I don't watch movies no more. I can't. I don't get a chance to. Right? I just don't. I try to stick to like 20-minute shows, little sitcoms. Right? Blackish. I'm watching Blackish. It's 20 minutes, and I can catch a quick 20, maybe. Unless something pops up that I want to, oh, damn, that's a good class, or oh, snap. You know? But the carnal mind, it leads us to death if you don't step out of it. If you don't put that filter on your mind, filter on your eyes, that spiritual lens, you won't have peace. You won't see things for what they really are. Y'all get that, right? Right. Where you at?
Galatians chapter 5, verse 16.
So walk in the Spirit, meaning what? Let the Spirit be the lead. Walk with the Spirit. Stop trying to take the lead. Your mind is not the Spirit. Y'all know that, right? The things that you want in your flesh is not spiritual. This is why we fall, because we're chasing the wrong things. Go ahead and read.
Verse 17. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit.
I mean, come on, man. The flesh is constantly trying to it lust against, meaning what? The flesh is trying to exalt itself and overtake the spirit. The flesh is constantly trying to be catered to. Constant. As soon as you wake up, damn, I'm tired. As soon as you eat, damn, I'm tired. As soon as you go to sleep, damn, I'm tired. And you're like, what the hell? Like, why am I always tired? Because the flesh wants to go lay down. Right?
God.
The spirit is like, nah, bruh. You're only 3 hours in your day. You're only 3 hours in. You got 17 more hours, 18 more hours to go. Right? 6, 12, yeah. 18-hour days, man. 17, 19, sometimes 20-hour days. The flesh is like, bro, give me some rest. The spirit is like, damn, ain't enough time in the day to accomplish. Go ahead.
And the spirit against the flesh.
Mm-hmm.
And
the spirit is saying, wait, I need to be catered to. I need to be attended to. I need to have provisions made for me. Go ahead.
And these are contrary.
They're what?
Contrary.
No, they're the same.
Contrary.
No, they go hand in hand.
Contrary.
They're contrary. They're opposite. They go against. Read.
The one to the other.
Go ahead.
So that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
Yeah, man. Remember Paul said it, the good that I would I don't, and the things that I won't I do. Right? The things that you would do, the things that are needed, the good. Bro, that flesh is constantly trying to pull you away. Remember Paul said it, he said there's no good thing in the flesh. He said there's no good thing in the flesh, man. Why? Because even when it seems good, if you don't tame the flesh and keep it under control, it always leads you astray. No matter how much control you have, if you cater to it enough, even when it's something good, like think about it. You know the people that just work out all the time, gym rats, right? But where do you have time for the spirit to take over? Person that's a gym rat, constantly in the gym, they live off the gym, right? What happens when they go to the gym and blow a damn chest muscle out? Blow a bicep? What happens? Now you can't go to the gym. Now what? Their life is over. But see, the spirit got to maintain that infirmity. What happens when all you're about is carnality and that carnality is taken? What happens? If you got no spirit to back you up, you're done. So it doesn't matter. The gym is good, but it says bodily exercise profited little. Why? Because if the spirit is not entangled in that, you can work out all day. You could be the swollest cat. You could be Lou Ferrigno. You could be Mr. America. But what does that matter? If there's no remember Arnold Schwarzenegger? This dude was 19-year-old Mr. what? Olympia? Whatever. Right? Had a great physique, flesh, boom. But he had no wisdom on how to eat better. Nigga had 3 triple bypass heart surgery. How you Mr. Universe and you get triple bypasses? So he's like, oh, let me take care of the outside of the body, but the inside I can just treat like trash. No wisdom. No understanding. Right? So the spirit is going to show you, oh, well, you got to do both. You don't make good the outside of the cup and don't clean the inside. Right? You just wipe off, oh, damn, yeah, nice and shiny and new. But damn, what about all the Topo Chico that was inside? Topo Chico, right?
Like
I ain't gonna lie, regular water is kind of nasty when you drink that. It don't sparkle the same.
Ain't got that pop.
No. But that's the point. Go from there. Go to Colossians. Before you go to Colossians, you're gonna write. Because remember, we're going through why do you fall? Some of us, you can write this. You really have not accepted the truth as your life. And some of us haven't yet. You're still in, who said plan B? Woo! Right? You still got a backdoor plan. You still got a plan B. You still got the escape route. You still got ways to escape when it gets a little bit more harder than it should. You still got family in your ears telling you, oh, it's okay, baby. You come on back to Granny's house. Right? You still got those people or those things trying to cater to your flesh. The lust to give up. That's youthful. Put your hand up. I want them.
What did you say?
You really have not accepted the truth as your life. And again, some of us are here, but you really haven't accepted, like, this is my life. This is it. My life is mall, class, home. And I haven't been to the mall lately, to be honest. So I'm like home in class, taking kids to school at 6 a.m. How fun. Whoop-de-doo. Right? Whoop-de-doo. But hey, sign me up. I'm there. I've accepted it. That this is it. I'm a father, a husband, a priest, a brother. That's it. I'm not a pimp, a playboy, right? I'm not none of that. A thug. Like, I accepted this life and all the things that come with this life. So the late nights, the no vacation, the no time to myself, right? The no sleep. What else? The constant. Wow. The constant thinking. Some of us don't like to think. That's why you don't like this life. Because this life pushes you to use this more than this. You got to think your way through problems, man. And that right there for some people is like, oh no, I don't want to think. I don't want to think about anything. I knew somebody like that that left. She was like, I don't want to think about stuff. I don't want to think this hard about stuff. I don't want to endeavor. I don't want to use my mind. It's your greatest tool. It's your greatest weapon. So some of us have not embodied this life. Put ye on Christ. Walk in the Spirit. You haven't understood that from now until your heart stops. This is what it is. But it's about your outlook is wrong. It's negative. Colossians 3:1. Colossians 3:1. Read it.
Book of Colossians chapter 3 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
If ye then be risen with Christ,
Right?
seek those things which are above.
Some of us don't believe that we've been risen with Christ. You still just rising in your own thoughts, in your own mind, in your own judgment, but not rising, being risen with Christ. Why did Christ have to rise? Why did he have to rise? Because what? Huh? Because he had to die. Some of us haven't killed off that old man yet. You still glory in him or her. When I was 18, I was getting all the guys. When I was young, I was getting all the chicas, right? I was doing this and I was doing that. You talking like you a celebrity. You wasn't like in high school you was the man barely. Right? But after that, nobody cared. When you still holding on to the idea that what, you could have been something? Well, guess what? You're right. You can be something. But you got to put off that old man to be that new guy. To be really what you're dedicated to be. Go ahead.
Where Christ sitteth on the right hand
Go ahead.
of God.
Right. Come on, man. Who don't want to be risen to that glory? But some of us are content rising up in the hood, sitting where? On the block, on the corner. I'm good. I'm good on that life. I'm good on that. I want to be risen with the Father. Go ahead.
Set your affection on things above.
You know when you got affections towards something, it's love. I'm affection towards whatever it is. You got love. You got compassion. You got that fervent desire to attain. He says, set your affections on things that are above. Go ahead.
Not on things on the earth.
Go ahead.
For ye are dead.
Ye are what?
Ye are dead.
What are we?
Dead.
Are we? Are you? Have you given up? Sound like Gordon Ramsay. Have you given up? Have you? Have you given up that old woman, that old guy? Because, really, let's be real. They weren't that great. They were hateful. He was prideful. She was self-centered. She was lazy. He was lustful. They weren't that great when you look at it. You're better now. Or you should be. They weren't that great. Listen, you didn't lose. Okay. What did you lose by giving up, if you have? What did you lose by shedding that dead weight? What have you lost? Nothing, right? You lost dead weight. You lost the anxiety, the contention, the hatred, the murmuring, the pride. Those things are heavy to carry around, man. So you didn't lose for losing's sake. You lost to benefit. Go ahead.
And your life is hid with Christ in God.
See, but some of us don't want to be hidden. We want to be out there in the lanes. We want to be seen. Me, I'm content. Like I said, house, class, mall. I'll hide with the windows up, with the seat all the way down. I'm hiding, man. Somebody's looking for us out here. Y'all know that, right? Satan, like a roaring lion looking for who he can devour. I'm not trying to let myself be seen. I creep. I get home real quick. Y'all don't get it. I take one street home and one street to I don't venture out. I don't do the scenic route. You got brothers, coming from the mall, not him. It was a while back. We had a mall that was an hour away. Brothers, like, why you take you to? Oh, I took the scenic route. Like, what? Really?
All the way around 16?
Like, damn, you went all the way around the whole Houston? Not me, bro. I'm right to class, right home. Yeah, disappearing like, because guess what? Yahweh Shai taught me that. He taught me that. They don't respect us. They don't want us in these cities. So what? Go to the next. Move around. Right? Don't tell them I was here. Pop in and pop out. When you're in the midst of danger, you make yourself small. You don't illuminate yourself and put yourself out there to be caught. Doesn't make sense. Right? But see, put ye on the Lord Christ. Walk in the Spirit. Go ahead, read.
When Christ,
right,
who is our life.
Who is our what?
Our life.
Who can say that? That Yahweh Shai is my life. Well, I can say that. I can literally say that. You know what's it's crazy. You know when you be in the Bible every single day? And I mean like I don't study every single day. I don't have time. But I'm in the Bible every single day. Because I understand that this is my life. It doesn't matter what's going on. There's some scripture, there's something biblically to apply or to put together, whether it be for the next day, whether it be for a week from now, whether it be in that moment. There's always something biblically attached to my life that no matter how much I'm like, right? Let me give it a rest. No, there ain't no rest. There's no rest from when you think about it. When you love a job, don't you take that job everywhere you go? BlackBerry be going off emails, right? Oh, damn, work email. Yeah, right? You answering your work calls, right? When you love it.
Yeah, you talk about it all the time.
I love my job.
Get to work early and stay late.
Right? I love my job. You know, when you love your job, it's not really a job, right? Right. But I don't feel like this is a job. I feel like this is my life. This is how I feel. This is what I know. But then this is the thing. Everything attached to me has to understand that this is life. My rib, my kids, my family. They gotta understand that this is my life. So I gotta move according to my life. But going back to the topic and the point, we fall to these lusts because you forget that you're supposed to be living a new life, a different life. You were supposed to get rid of the old life and put on this new way of doing things. Go ahead.
Shall appear, then shall you also appear with him in glory.
Right. So, next point real quick. Okay. Damn. Read. I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more scriptures. 30 more minutes. So you can write this point. Since you have not accepted this life, you drown in lust. You drown. You know what it is to drown? Anybody ever drowned in here before?
Almost.
Oh, shit. I definitely had to get rescued once. I definitely had to get rescued. No mouth to mouth, none of that funny stuff. But yeah. Wait, so let me ask you a question. Drowned is when you out of there? Drowning is what? When you struck.
In the mist, yeah.
Okay, so I was drowning once. And all I know was like, man, it was the way I fell into I was at Waterworld. And it's the way I fell into this ride. It was weird. I fell in like backward. It was weird. And I panicked. But I know how to swim. But I panicked, sucked up a bunch of water, and and all I felt was somebody grab me. A chick. There's a female lifeguard. Like, I got you, big fella, right? Or little fella, because you was bigger than me. But drowning, it's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling, but we don't come to the realization that this is it. This is all we got at the end of the day. You did one thing already. You did the partying, the drinking, the chilling, the kicking it, all that stuff, and it didn't fix anything. So now here's the other end of the spectrum. This is supposed to fix it. But if you don't accept it, it gets worse.
Question.
Yeah. Yep.
So, what if you are in this and you know this is your life, but you still want to participate in a few things that you did in your former life or getting this knowledge, and they're not bad things.
Right.
They're things that you did that brought you joy, and there's nothing wicked about it. How does the Most High feel about us doing that?
Okay, I'll use me. I enjoy drinking a beer or two, right? Like going to the bar, drink a beer. But am I going to the bar by myself? Sitting there, racking up a $300 bill, going home, faded, driving crazy. No, I go with brothers, right? We'll drink, we'll eat, we'll rap, we'll make a time of it. We get home safe. We don't go past, like no brothers sitting there getting faded, getting drunk, right? 1-2 beers. We eat, we talk, school stuff. It's still always camp stuff.
You always get spiritual.
It always, at the end, like, you brothers ain't, no. I love them. But it always is still tailored to what we do here, right? So be in the world, but be not of the world. I'm not going to the bar to go look for the next rib. No. Or look for the next homeboy to kick it with, or look for the next thing to get into, right? Oh, well, Dan, it's time to go home. Well, where's the after party at? Hell no, it's time to go home. So it's how you do something. It's the moderation. It's who's with you. Because remember, the first scripture we hit, that's why I hit this first scripture. I'll read it. It's Ecclesiastes 9:10. Rejoice, O young man, in thy youth. Let thy heart cheer thee in the days of thy youth. Walk in the ways of thine heart. So you have a choice. Most High gives us choices. And in the sight of thine eyes. But know thou that for all these things the Most High will bring you into judgment. Verse 10. Therefore remove sorrow from thy heart. Put away evil from thy flesh. For childhood and youth are vanity. Right? The next scripture I went to, it says, in 2 Timothy 2:22, there's a reason why I went through it like this. Because this should answer the question. Flee also youthful lust, but follow righteousness. So is what I'm doing, does it have something to do with anything righteous? Doesn't matter. Like, we tend to look at things like, oh, it's not negative, but is it righteous? Right? Like, for instance, what's the difference between a drug dealer not in the truth and just a cat that's just goes to work and not in the truth? What's the difference? See, we tend to look at the drug dealer as more negative, right? No, it's the same. They're both not in the truth. So they're both not getting the knowledge, so they're both not living by the law of the Most High. But because the drug dealer is the drug dealer, we're like, oh my God, he's just so wicked. But the cat that goes to work is just as wicked. He eat all the same pork, right? He does all the same stuff. He just ain't peddling drugs. So we got to get our mind wrapped around, well, what is righteous? Right? Is what I'm doing righteous? He said, follow righteousness, faith. Charity is what I'm trying to attain to or endeavor into. What does it have to do with me being charitable? Right? Peace. Is it going to bring peace to me? Yeah, well, we always look for things to bring peace to ourselves. But do I bring peace to others? Right? With them, there's a reason why I went like this. With them that call on the Lord out of a pure heart. So again, I can go be at peace at the bar, right? By myself, right? I could be charitable but with myself, right? Drinking is righteous, right? I could convince myself of all these things, but okay, who am I with? Why am I alone? Why am I by myself? You see that? So it's about gauging the things you want to do and saying, okay, what is the benefit spiritually, right? Everything has a spiritual benefit. Everything. I don't care what you do. If there's a spiritual downside and a spiritual benefit, that's just how the Most High works. So now, what is being appeased in me? And am I benefiting others? Remember, our greatest asset is each other. But how do I keep that asset going if the things that I want to do is just centered around me? That's another youthful lust, self-centeredness. I'm just kind of throwing them out there randomly because when we start doing these classes, we're going to really zero in on some of these topics, right? I mean, did that kind of answer your question a little bit? Right, so remember, it's not what you're doing only, it's who you're doing it towards, who you're doing it with, right? I mean, wouldn't it be funny if I was like, hey, I'm going to Bar Louie with the cat I met from the mall. They look at me like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Nigga, you met from, you don't even go to the mall. You're like, the cat you met from the mall, who's that? Right? And they'd be like, why? And then why didn't you tell us to come? They look at me funny. Because what am I doing? Who am I doing it towards? Right? If I'm going on a teaching mission, it wouldn't be at Bar Louie, that's one. But then it'd be like, okay, I need one of y'all to come with me because we don't roll by ourselves. 2s and 3s. So all these things walk in the spirit, put you on Christ. Christ didn't go nowhere by himself but to go pray. And even then, hey, can y'all watch with me? They falling asleep. You see that? So, but he sent them out 2s and 3s to show you don't do things alone. It's how you do things. Right? So let's jump back. Where were we at? What was the last scripture I was at? Colossians, right? Since you have not accepted this life, you drown in your lust. 1 Corinthians 2:14. Think about it. When I say accept this life, what is it that you're really accepting? What is something that a lot of us don't want to accept? Starts with a C. What? Yeah, we don't want to accept change. We don't want to accept the possibility that there's something greater. Right? Something greater than what you have already. That there's something greater than what we've built ourselves up to thus far. There's always a level to attain. There's always greater. Right? Or unless we just perfect. But that ego, that pride, right? That ego in us is like, no, I'm good. But you haven't changed from one thing to the next. So read that.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 14.
Right?
But the natural man.
The what?
The natural man.
See, since you've been at enmity with the Most High, since you haven't walked in Christ and put him on, you stayed as the natural brute beast man and woman. To be the natural man is not a good thing. That's the base man that goes after 3 things: reproduction, eating, and sleeping. Right? That's the 3 things that they say man needs to live off of. Right?
No.
They need to reproduce, they need to sleep, they need to eat. That's a base man. Sounds like a Neanderthal.
John.
Right? Sound like Fred Flintstone to me. But The natural man doesn't what? Read on.
Receiveth not the things of the Spirit
Well,
of
why?
God.
Why? Because he's at constant opposition. He's constantly dealing with his natural affections and his natural lust and the things that he wants to gain. So he can't receive the Spirit. Go ahead.
For they are foolishness unto him.
You see that? To the natural man, counsel, who needs it? Communication, unity. How many times they gonna say that? Unity. Right? How many times they gonna go to Psalms 133? How many times they gonna go to 1 Corinthians 1 and 10? How many times, damn it? Because the brute beast is erratic and irrational. And the beast, think about a dog. Dogs only want to do what? Hump something, eat, and sleep, and break things. Bark. Right. Be seen, bark, right? Base animal. A dog is a base animal. You got to train a dog to be a little bit smart. Right? Roll over. You're like, oh my God, roll over. Damn. That's a feat. But a dog is just, come on. It's a dog. Right? It scrapes its butt on the floor when it itches. And eats grass and vomits and then eats the vomit. And sniffs other dogs' butts. Like, come on, man. How base can it be? Right? But sometimes we operate like that. I just want to sniff butt. Really? Wait. Like, huh? You just want to sniff butts all day, huh? Damn, like a dog. You just want to pee on fire hydrants and sniff butt. You don't want to do nothing spiritual. You don't want to talk. You don't want to do anything like that. Nah, just want to pee on things. You're not going to think about to a dog, putting a dog under rules. At first, they're like, hell nah, rules. Nigga, I'm sleeping on the bed. I'm on the couch, right? I'm going to pee on the carpet. I'm going to poop right here in front of you. I'm going to look right you dead in your eyes and drop a turd right on the carpet, right? Because I don't care about the rules. I'm base. A dog got to be trained up. A dog has to change his ways, right? But sometimes we operate like these animals where we'll just take a dump right on the floor, right in front of the person that's telling you, no, don't do that. No, I don't care. I'm going to pee right here. I'm going to show you how disgruntled I am. You know dogs do that because they're mad, right? They get pissed off at you. You leave them in the house. You come home and there's a turd in your bed. Like, damn, it's disrespectful. But sometimes we do that. We don't receive the things of the Spirit. The Spirit is like, no, just go outside, right? Cover that up, do whatever. No, I'm not doing that. Go ahead.
Neither can he know them.
Go ahead.
Because they are spiritually discerned.
Right where you at. Right, because they're spiritually discerned. They can't maneuver through the spiritual things that's going to give them that benefit. They rather dwell in the carnal. It's easy, right? It's fun. It feels good. It tastes good. It smells good, right? So I'd rather dwell in that arena because I don't want to expand my mind past the base things. And what tends to happen is you start to have a disdain and a hate for the things that somebody's showing you on the opposite end. Go to Jude 1:18. So why do we keep falling? Well, it's all these different categories that we're going through. This is where it all starts, man. If you don't conform and change to where you are, change to your setting, change to your belief, like you show the hell up. Why not change to what you're showing up to? Go ahead, Jude 1:18.
Jude chapter 1, verse 18.
Go ahead.
How that they told you,
right?
There should be mockers.
There should be what?
Mockers.
Yeah, because a base man, that natural man, he'll mock the things of the Spirit. He'll mock the fact that, why y'all dress like that? What are y'all, Power Rangers? Like, what are y'all doing? Why do you talk like that? Sit. Why does he make you wear a dress? Why you wear a head wrap? Right? Don't those base ass women out in the world look at you like, why are you dressed like that? And you like, huh? Like what? Why do you listen to him? Why do you bow to him? That's not what it is. But their baser instincts have them misunderstanding what they see. So they mock. Go ahead.
In the last time,
Go ahead.
who should walk after their own ungodly
You
lust.
see that? You walk after your own ungodly lusts because you didn't allow yourself to be changed into that spiritual being. So now instead of walking after the Spirit, walking in Christ, putting on Yahweh Shai, you're putting on devils. You got legions around you. Those 7 demons that... those 7 demons that came and took hold, it's hard to decipher what's going on with you. Go ahead.
These be they
Right?
who separate themselves.
Isn't that where it goes after a while? Isn't that what happens? You start to become a separatist. No, but you're still here. You're still here. But you're the one that, when everybody's gathering, you in the corner. Mopey dopey. What's going on, sis? Nothing. I'm perfectly fine. Really? You sure? Because everybody else is over there. You're, just observing. Huh? But everybody's talking and having a good time. Feast days. Just here. Nothing's the matter. Perfectly fine. A-okay. Right? Say, brothers do it too. Come on. Brothers do it too, man. They separate themselves. Go ahead.
Sensual.
They what?
Sensual.
They
Sensual.
Right. Feelings. Everything is emotional. Everything got some type of emotion behind it, meaning what? The situation ain't that serious, but you added emotion, so now it's that serious. Like, damn, that ain't that serious. Well, wait, why are you yelling and screaming and going crazy? Slot. I'm sorry. Right? Why are you so emotional about every little thing? Y'all just don't understand me. No, we get it. You got emotional demons on you. We get it. You're emotional as hell. You sensual. Hey, brothers too. Brothers brothers are getting emotional about just weird things. Like, why'd you get emotional about that? You were wrong. Hey, I don't do that this way. He just shuts all the way down. Like, what are you shutting down for? You were wrong. Right? Go ahead.
Having not the Spirit.
Right, having not the Spirit of the Lord. You got spirits, but not the Spirit. Right? Go from there. Go to 1 Timothy 6 and 9. You'll probably hear this one in one of the next classes, but I had to put it. I had to put it because just fitting the point. Read.
1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 9.
Right?
But they that will be rich fall into temptation.
Go ahead.
And a snare.
Go ahead.
And into many foolish and hurtful lusts.
Right, because the need to attain, there's a lot of negatives that can be associated with that. What do people kill? People kill to get. It ain't just money. It ain't just money. It's fame. It's fortune. It's recognition. People kill for that. They'll deceive and trick. They'll fall into many hurtful lusts. Go ahead.
Which drown men.
Which do what?
Drown men.
Yeah, see, you're drowned in all these hurtful and foolish lusts. Go ahead.
And destruction and perdition.
What is perdition? The son of perdition separated himself. Right? I don't want to be around. Y'all too spiritual. Like what? Y'all work too hard. Y'all too busy. We've heard that. Y'all too busy. Y'all always doing something. Okay, so we supposed to be not doing nothing? Supposed to sit around idle? Go from there. Go from there. Go to 2 Corinthians 5:17. 2 Corinthians 5:17. And somebody else get me Galatians 5:24.
2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17.
Go ahead.
Therefore, if any man be in Christ,
Right.
he is a new creature.
And this is what we got to understand, that if you say that you part of Christ, if you say that you believe in Yahweh Shai, then show it. Embody that new creature. Be recreated. Be renewed in your mind. Not just your mind. Put off the old man with his deeds, right? So the things you do are going to show whether or not you're about Christ. Go ahead.
Old things are passed away.
Right, so the old lusts, the weed demon, the alcohol demon, the sex demon. What else?
Free time.
The free time demon. I need a vacation demon, right? I need to go to the beach demon. There was one sister in Rochester, all she ever talked about was going to the damn, what's it called out there in Rochester? Yeah, but it's called something. It's funny too. It's like saying, look, I just want to go to Kima. Let's just go to Kima. It's like, damn, sis, it's the Sabbath. Like, you want to go to the beach every Saturday. But guess what? You know what she did? She separated herself. And then when you saw the photos of her at the beach on Facebook, she was in a damn half-naked bodysuit. Yeah. Con. Go ahead.
Behold, all things are become new.
Some things.
All things.
So if we're this new creature in Christ, what are we supposed to be renewing? Well, our outlook on things, our strength, on how we approach things, our tactics, how we deal in situations, our method. A lot of the times, man, our method be so wrong. You got the right idea, but your method and execution, ooh, wrong. So what am I renewing? Well, I'm renewing those things. I'm renewing myself in a way that now, when I do go towards the battle, I'm not fearful. Some of us are scary. That's why you don't want to fight. That's why you just give in. Because it's just easier. The fear of having to step towards whatever it is. Sometimes you gotta, man, you ever confront a demon? Sometimes you gotta walk up in a demon's face and be like, I see you, demon. Yeah, Yahushua did it, right? Christ did it. Didn't he just walk up on, hey, what's your name? What's your name? Well, Legion, because we are many. What you got to do with me? Our time ain't yet, right? You got to show that demon that it ain't got power. And that at any moment, you can destroy or dispel that demon. We do have that power. But really, it's about the way we resist things. It's about how we fight. It's about how you fight for yourself. Because think about it. You ain't just exercising demons out you and cutting down your own lust. You're cutting down the lust of the people around you. You're exercising demons out of them, your children, brothers, your ribs, right? When she come home and she's in a bad way, and you're like, what the hell's your problem? And you're like, oh, okay, sit down, let's talk. And you start going through, and you're like, no, well, look, see, if you boom, 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 and next thing you know, she's free. She's just like she's floating like a breath of fresh air. You're like, damn, I did that. Because that's what we're supposed to be doing. But you can't do it if you're tied down, if you're bogged down in the old outlook. Man, she's got a damn attitude. I ain't talking to her. I'm cutting her off for the week. Really? What does that fix? Come on now. Some brother's method is that she had an attitude with me, so I'm going to have an attitude with her, and we ain't going to get nothing accomplished. Huh? So y'all both going to walk around with attitudes. Silent treatment? And then what? A week later, you bring her a bouquet of roses and, babe, I still love you. And then y'all good again? No talk, no assessment, no nothing. The method got to change. The way we do things has to change. The outlook has to change. Go from there. Go to Galatians 5:24.
Galatians chapter 5, verse 24.
Read that.
And they that are Christ's have crucified the flesh with the affections and lusts.
Right. So if you are Christ, we're not perfect. All right? We're not going to just conquer all in one day. But what is it saying? That you will show a track record of more crucifying the members and the lust and catering to it. Go ahead.
If we live in the Spirit,
Go ahead.
let us also walk in the Spirit.
So if you live in it, walk in it. Walk it like you talk. Walk it like you read it. Apply. Read on.
Let us not be desirous of vainglory,
Go ahead.
provoking one another,
Right.
envying one another.
More youthful lusts, right? Go to James 4 and 7. We'll end it here. And then remember, we're going to come back and go through. I want y'all to name a few youthful lusts for me. I just did a lock-a-rob. He lusts to add an S to everything. Fishes. Pantses. Earses. Beardses. Beardses, right? Go James 4 and 7.
James chapter 4, verse 7.
Uh-huh.
Submit yourselves, therefore, to the Most High.
Yeah, a lot of us fall. This is the key right here. This is where we're going to end it. You haven't submitted. You haven't submitted. You haven't tapped out of the old life. You haven't given up. Bottom line. It says submit to the Most High. Go ahead.
Resist the devil.
He said do what?
Resist the devil.
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
And he will flee from you.
You know what's crazy? That all you got to do is resist and submit. Submit to the Most High and back up. And the devil, he'll go running from you. I mean, ain't nobody offering me weed. Drugs, sex. Nobody's offering me anything. Right? Like, I don't go to the gas station and they like, hey, I got that gas. They look at me like, this nigga's old, fat, and bald. He don't want to smoke. They're not, I'm serious. Like, I'm serious. But you got brothers. They go to the gas station and like, weed just falls out the sky for them. Like, yeah, I was getting gas and a whole 20 sack was right there. Like, really? Huh?
Open up the gas tank and then something.
Yeah, I opened up my gas tank and everything, like all the drugs fell out like I was a mule. Who put that there? It's crazy. Nobody's offering me anything. Not a good time, not a bad time, right? Well, because why? You know, it's what have we submitted ourselves to where you don't even have to be put in certain situations. Right? I'm not like, come on, man. Like weed and drugs and women and all that stuff, alcohol, all those youthful things, fame, fortune. Ain't nobody coming up to me talking about I'll make you famous. Right? If I went to the mall tomorrow, they wouldn't be like, oh, you're a great salesman. Come work for me. They're not tempted. They tempted him. He's handsome, right? And he's a good salesman, right? They tempted him to see, hey, you wanna slide over and give up on the business, right? Didn't some chick come to you? You and Ivy?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, like, you guys are great.
You guys are very good people, persons.
You guys, we can use your talents. Ain't nobody asking me that. Am I tripping?
What?
Wow. I just seen lights.
That's awesome. Little laser.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Huh. Anyway. Read that one more time. Let's get out of here.
James chapter 4, verse 7. Submit yourselves, therefore, to the Most High.
Right.
Resist the devil.
Go ahead.
And he will flee from you.
Right. So, real quick, give me a few that y'all are thinking of. Youthful lusts. I'll tell you what I got so far. Wine, women, money, fame, glory, jesting, covetousness, idol worship. What y'all want to add?
Food.
Huh? Oh, food demons? Okay.
Tattoos.
Okay.
Being right all the time. You have to have it your way.
Wow.
Shopping.
But hanging on the cut.
Being right. 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 She said shopping. Being in the lanes. Being in the lanes. What else? I'm just throwing them in here.
Attention.
Ooh, nice. Attention whores. Attention.
Holding on to what mom and dad taught you.
ATTEN. Right? Holding to. What else? Just noting them. That way, I mean, you never know. You might get chosen. It might be your class. You never know. What did Locker Room say?
He said fishes make sense.
You said what? Oh man. Anyway, I'm not dealing with that. That's frustrating. This guy's grammar is terrible. Any questions before we end it? All right, well, definitely thank everybody for joining us. That's going to conclude class. Look out for VA. We have to go on the VA channel. You know, I probably said something that they ain't like on the YouTube. My bad. Right? So, huh?
Again.
Oh yeah, I stayed. Yeah, I'm not even cursing or nothing. I don't get it. You can't say certain words, so. Yeah, but yeah, we thank y'all for joining us. We will be back live from VA on Friday. All right, and then we'll be back here in Houston on this channel on Saturday on the Shabbat. All right, so with that, we'll conclude class. Let's say shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. The water.